Monarch Media here with Old Dominion head football coach Bobby Wilder. Coach, spring game, your thoughts on today's game? You had a barn burner here.
We always manage to have a barn burner, the blue 21, the white 20, and decided on the last play of the game, which is what I always hope for. As you know, Eric, by controlling where the drive starts are, can always make the game close. And as I explained to our players this week leading up to the game, last year we had 6 games that were decided in the last 5 minutes, and we were 5-1 in those games. So the reason I feel like we're successful in close games is we practice it. And you can't just talk about situational football. You have to put the players in those situations, and what they learn is time on the clock, down and distance, score, how many timeouts. So, for example, at the end of the game, I was explaining to the defense not to tackle the offensive player. The white team defense was on the field. I said, we don't want to tackle him. We want to strip the ball. So nobody should be on the ground. And that's a hard thing for a defender to understand, is I'm not going to tackle someone to the ground. But unless we put them in that situation, they won't know how to do it. So we worked on that. We worked on the end of the game. You know, we purposely went for 2 at the end to have a winner and a loser for that. But the situational football is what I was most pleased with.
You had several guys make some big plays. How nice is it to see a lot of guys making some big plays out here?
Well, right now, a big play is seeing the offense not turn the ball over, but seeing the defense be so efficient on third down. Those were areas we struggled last year. When we lost games, we turned the ball over, and we got beat badly on third down. And I put the defense back to the wall almost the entire day. We're more of a veteran defense, and we need to handle playing like that. So I would guess if we had 25 drives today, I would guess 18 of those times I put the offense on the plus side of the field, the plus 40 or better, because I wanted our defense to feel that strain of having their back to the wall. And there were 6 touchdowns scored. There were no field goal attempts. There were at least half a dozen times where the defense got a sack and pushed the offense back and forced a punt. And that's just something we haven't had a lot of. Is our defense responding like that when their backs to the wall, and they did today. And that's what I'm most pleased with, is how the defense responded, being put in difficult situations all day.
We've talked about this before. This actually does not culminate the spring practice. You have 3 practices next week. What do you look for out of next week's practices?
Well, now it's more of situational football. We've installed what we want to do on offense and defense. Now we've got to get the kids to practice the situations. It's critical. We have to get better in the red zone. We've got to get better on third down. Those will be big emphasis for us next week. We'll come back over here next Saturday, and we'll run another scrimmage. We'll let them have another shot at it. We just can't do enough game-like situations right now with our players, and that's what we'll focus on next week.
And lastly, the spring game is just a part of a full day of events here with the 5K, the Charity Bowl. Let's talk about what this day means to the program.
Oh, what this has developed into such an unbelievable day. I have the privilege each year of starting the road race. We had over 2,600 people today, which was a record here for the road race. Mrs. Wilder competed in it. I hear she beat Wood Selig in a photo finish at the end. I've got to do some homework on that, but the road race, the Charity Bowl game, it looks like we're going to raise $400,000 for 19 different local charities with that game, our game, now the baseball team. Hopefully the baseball team is winning right now, but it's a great day to have great weather, to have the turnout we had, and to be able to do so much for local charities. It doesn't get any better than that.
Coach, thanks for the time.
You got it. Thank you. Have a great day, 12 Monarchs.
Monarch Media here with sophomore defensive end Tim Ward. Tim, this is actually your sophomore, but this is your second spring game. You enrolled early last year. What's the difference between last year's spring game and this year's spring game for you?
Pretty much, I just got a better feel for the game, I would say. I mean, I'm used to how the speed of the game has changed from high school to college. That's the main thing.
You had a pretty good start to your college career last year. You had an interception in your first career game. What did you gain from last year?
Just a lot of on-field experience. That's the main thing I feel like will help me out in this upcoming season. And like I said, just the speed of the game.
When you enrolled at Old Dominion, you weighed 200 pounds. You now weigh 240. What has being in the weight room done for you in your time at defensive end?
It's allowed me to get stronger, just bulk up, just working with Coach Mack and Coach Martin, and just getting stronger.
Tim, thanks for the time.
Appreciate it.
Monarch Media here with Old Dominion sophomore cornerback Lawrence Holly. Lawrence, you redshirted as a freshman. You played a little bit last year. You had an early season injury. Just talk about the experience you've gained the last few years.
Well, I gained a lot just by watching the guys ahead of me, just like watching them at practice, learning from them, and just trying to get better every day.
You had a couple of great battles with the other number one, Melvin Vaughn, down here in the red zone. Just talk about what went through your mind on those.
I was just trying to compete, trying to make a play, trying to win the game for my team. It was the end of the game, fourth quarter, just trying to win.
What are some of the things you're looking forward to this fall?
I'm just looking forward to, as you said, I got an early in the season injury last year. Looking forward to playing the whole season, just getting better every day.
Lawrence, thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Monarch Media here with Old Dominion redshirt sophomore defensive tackle Pat Toll. Pat, gone through your second spring here. How spring ball for you?
This spring ball is definitely turning out a lot better than last one, especially with the team. Our team is becoming more of a team. We're clicking on all cylinders, and it's a lot of better environment right now.
Had your first playing experience last fall. What are some of the things you gained out of last season?
Definitely just getting all the jitters out. Looking in the stands, looking at all the people. It's a little terrifying at first, but getting that out of the way and being able to stay calm and read my keys and do what I have to do, that definitely helped me out.
Defensive line returns a lot of depth from last year. Only lost one defensive lineman throughout the entire group. Just talk about the depth that you guys have and the experience that you've gained.
Our depth is deep. We can, our starter, our second string, our third string, all great players, Any one of them can play in the game, any one of them can start. And just being able to have that bond and just keep working, it just makes us better.
Pat, thanks for the time. Thank you. Monarch Media here with redshirt sophomore wide receiver Isaiah Harper. Isaiah, we're going with the unofficial record for the longest play in the Old Dominion spring game. Just take us through that 93-yard touchdown pass.
And I got a good step off the ball, and then the safety didn't come over, so I took it down. And I looked up, and I was hoping he was going to throw it because the line was they were struggling a little bit today. But then they pulled it off on that play. And Drayton, the freshman from Myrtle Beach, came up and just threw a bomb. So I had to track it, and that's all it was. After that, it was a touchdown.
This was the 12th practice of the spring. How is spring ball going for you?
It's been a long spring ball, but it's been really well. It went really well. We learned a lot of new things. We put in a lot of new packages so they can we change up our offense a little bit. So it's been going really well for everyone.
You redshirted as a freshman. Last year was your first game action. Just talk about what you gained from last year's experience.
The biggest thing is confidence, because sitting on the sideline. Out of high school, everybody's a man. So you sit on the sideline for a year, you think like, I'm not good enough, but you learn a lot. And the game slows down. When the game slows down, that's when you take advantage, and it gets better from there.
Isaiah, thanks for the time.
Thank you.